Hi, this is my second post for this blog because I accidentally deleted my other one and then I uploaded the first one and it didn't work. So I want to do the same thing I did in the first one because it was cool. So I'm just going to show you first before I start. I'm going to show you. I should have prepared. Here we go. Look at this. Hi, see, like, the mouth moves as I talk, and I look like Obama, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's like a little effect on my camera, but, let's see if I can get rid of this. Okay, anyways, okay, here we go. So, again, I'm going to go through the main course, the veggies, and the dessert. So, main course, how's it going with your 4th grade writing group? Our group is getting there. We have 3 students who are beyond shy. Like, it doesn't matter. Like we've tried prompting them multiple different ways, trying to like prompt based off like their interests. Like if we find out something about them, we kind of like use that in order to like dig into like what they're thinking and stuff, but they usually just don't talk. So our struggle is that they don't communicate with us verbally. At least there is one girl who she won't tell me about what she wants to write about, but she just started writing and I asked her if I could read it and she seemed to have a good start, but we haven't really connected it to where she's going to develop her piece. So one of the little boys that we work with has an IEP, and he's also one of the really shy ones. So we're going to have to like talk to the ECE teacher to see if there's anything we can do to like get him thinking and get him talking. Most importantly, the first time that we asked him, like when we worked on that worksheet you passed out, we were like, hey, blah blah blah, 'cause I'm not going to say his name. Or do you believe in any of these words, like love and knowledge and all that stuff? But we went through the list and we're like, just go through the list and then like circle the one or whatever that you believe in. Well, we didn't realize that he couldn't read them because we asked him and he said that he couldn't read them. So then we went through and we like scaffolded him and we pronounced words that he needed help with, and we gave him the definition. Excuse me. So yeah, that's our struggle, just getting them talking. The triumphs are, we have one girl who is like almost done with her entire first draft. The first day or the second day, she just like attacked that and just killed it, and she's almost done. Can't say the same for the other 2, but we will get there. How does this help you think about your writing instruction in your future classroom? I think it's important to keep in mind that, excuse me, long day, that not all your students are on the same like level academically. I mean, like we know that, but sometimes when we are like presenting information, we don't keep in mind or think about how like, okay, maybe Susie gets it and I'm sure this person gets it, but really this person doesn't get it because they're on a different level, and sometimes we forget to do that. So like with, I almost said his name, but with that little boy, like we assumed that every 4th grader knew those words, and instead of like asking him like up front, like, do you know what all these words are? Can you read them? So keeping that in mind. Did anything from the Fletcher text assist you so far? Well, today I did my first writing lesson and I presented it to the wonderful 4th graders at the school I'm at. And we're doing they were given they were able to choose a topic and they had to do a research paper on it. And so far they've worked on the 3 body paragraphs, but they haven't worked on an intro. So my goal was to teach them how to write introductory and how to write strong leads and show them the different type of leads. I'm really sorry. Um, so I'm going somewhere with that. The Fletcher text has a chapter on beginnings, and I read through that, and it gave me ideas of like the importance of leads, different types of leads, importance of introductory paragraphs, all that stuff. So that was very helpful. Veggies. Pick one or two. If you have taught a formal lesson plan or done any reading/writing instruction in your field placement, how did that go? What did you learn? Well, today I did a writing lesson. I don't really know how it went. Like, I had this really awesome plan set up. I was like, students are going to love it. I'm going to be awesome. But as it was going on, I realized that, like, they weren't on the level I thought they were at. Like, I thought everyone was understanding. And there was one point where I was literally like, okay, you all know this is my first lesson. I want you to be completely honest. How many of you are just completely confused? Not that many raised their hand, and it was more like a, instead of a thumbs down, it was more like a in the middle, like I'm kind of confused, like I kind of know what's going on. I know I'm in writing class, I'm talking about leads, but I don't really understand them. So, how did that go? I mean, when I talked to the I talked to the mentor, my mentor teacher, very briefly, like literally 5 seconds, because she had something to do. She said that it was okay. Okay, that it was good, you know, it was okay. She's trying to, like, give me a little boost of confidence. But I was really hoping that she'd be like, oh my gosh, you are going to be a great teacher. But hopefully she does that on Wednesday when I go back and talk to her. I learned that you constantly have to rephrase things. And you constantly have to build on students' prior knowledge. Because just spitting out information and not connecting it to what they already know does not work. So I did a lot of like, okay, I know last year you all learned this, so how does this relate? Then I did a lot of like, okay, like, think about when you go to the library and you pick a book. How do you choose a book that you're interested in? What do you do? Do you look at the cover? Do you read the synopsis? And then I said, do you know what a synopsis is? And they were like, no. Then they ended up realizing what it was after I told them. But then I finally was like, do you all ever open up the first page and read this intro paragraph? And they were like, yeah, I do that. And that's how it led into it. So I kind of like felt like that was a good strategy to do. So I felt like that went well. Let's see. Dessert. What are you confident about as a prospective teacher, and what are your doubts and worries? I'm confident knowing that I'm really good at relating to the students, probably because I look like one of them, because I look like I'm young. But they seem really comfortable around me. One of the little girls today was like telling me, I was like, I'm kind of worried about this lesson plan. I've never done one before. And she's like, you're going to do awesome. She's like, we don't always like student teachers. That's what she called me. But everyone likes you, so you'll be okay. And I was like, that made me feel really good. So I feel like maybe I'm likable, hopefully, and the fact that I can relate to them. I'm also confident about, like, I've had a lot of experience with special needs, and that's probably what I'm gonna, it's probably where I'm gonna focus on when I get a job, is I really want to work with special needs kids. So I'm confident in the fact that I feel like I'm gonna do really good with special education because I've had so much. I can't think of words today. That lesson plan I taught just. But what was I saying? Had a lot of practice working with special needs, not so much with the typical classroom. So having like 30 kids all staring at me was kind of intimidating, but I kind of just like try to act like goofy Jaclynn, but professional. You know, I was very professional, just a little quirky and witty. So, yeah. I'm also confident in the fact that I feel like I'm very caring, and I'm not going to let a student who's struggling to struggle. I've seen it so many times in schools, like a kid who's just, like, drag it along while all of his other students are like being successful in their subject areas when that student could be, but they're not given the opportunity and they're not getting the resources that they need. So I know that I'm never going to give up my students. My doubts and my worries. I feel like, well, like my main concern was like, I feel like teachers are all knowing, and I'm not all knowing. And no, that's not reality, but I feel like they are all knowing. So the fact that I don't know everything about science, and I don't know everything about English, and I don't know everything about social studies, and the fact that I've had to like research all this stuff for my lessons plan, the lesson plans that I've done, kind of worries me. Like, I feel like, am I smart enough? You know? Or maybe it's like, I know I'm smart, but do I know enough about a lot of things? My last worry is probably the fact that K-tip, having to do those lesson plans all the time, so elaborate, it's really stressful. And I learned today that it doesn't matter how much you create your lesson plan and how much you plan for it, it will never go, well, it had never, I've only done one, it will not go as planned. But it still will be successful. So that's what I gotta say about this week. So see you tomorrow.